Okay, good morning. Good morning to my live student and everyone taking this later. You're going to need a mat, possibly some blocks, water. If you don't have blocks, a box works, books work. And then we're going to start in a seated position today. I like to sit on a block because it lifts my hips a little bit and it allows my knees to go more at a diagonal, but sitting on the floor is fine. You could also sit on a pillow, on a blanket, but just sitting up nice and tall, hands on the knees, and just starting to notice the breath, eyes shut, as it comes in through the nose, past the throat, all the way into the belly, and back out again. And really let your belly expand. A lot of people tend to try to hold their body and their stomach in when they're breathing, especially during yoga. No, just let it out. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. In. And out. One more. In. And out. During this practice, I'm going to ask you to extend those inhales and exhales. On the exhales, if you can put a light constriction on your throat, it almost sounds like you're a little annoyed with someone. Let's try it together. Big inhale. Exhale. You hear that sound? Inhale. Exhale. Good. Tuck the chin down to the chest. As we stretch out the neck. Oh, I forgot to unplug Alexa. She's talking. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Keep that chin tucked to the chest. And as we stretch out the neck, we're going to set an intention for our practice today, taking the gaze to the sky. An intention can be a word, a goal, basically, or even a feeling, but it's your intention and your goal for your yoga practice. Take that head over to the shoulder. And when you find your mind wandering, just coming back to that intention over and over again. To the other shoulder. And some half circles. Good. One more each side. Long breaths in and out. Good. Neutral neck. Swinging the arms back and forth across. Just starting to wake up the shoulders and the upper spine. Good. Then take the shoulders up, back, down. Just some shoulder rolls. Backwards first. Trying not to crunch that neck too much. Still sitting up nice and tall. Reverse it. Front rolls. Good. Then taking your left hand to your right knee, I want you to grab on to your shoulder with your right hand. You're going to draw circles with your elbow. It's just a light twist on your spine, over to your side. You don't have to make contact with that shoulder the whole time. Good. Other side. Hand comes to the knee. Grabbing onto that shoulder, drawing circles. One more. Shaking it out. Big inhale, extending those arms up to the sky, interlace those fingertips, really reaching up. Deep breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Letting go of one of those hands, taking it over to the side, really stretching out that side body. Deep breath in and out. One more. Inhale and exhale. Other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Coming up, shake it out. If there's anything on your mat, clear it off. We're going to come to all fours. You're going to be stacking those hips right over the knees. Fingertips are going to be wide. On the inhale, you're going to arch that back, lift that chin. On the exhale, rounding that spine, pushing all the air out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Two more, in and out. Last one, in and exhale. Neutral spine and neck. Let's do some figure eights with those hips, getting them warm, letting the elbows bend slightly. Deep breath in, tuck those toes. We're going to lift into our first downward facing dog, keeping those knees soft. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. Bending both of your knees, look towards the top of your mat. And then straighten, not fully straight, keep those knees soft. Bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. And then straighten. Last one, bend both knees. And straighten. Taking both knees to the mat, they go wide. Your big toes touch behind you. Sink those hips back so you really reach forward into child's pose. Several breaths here. Child's pose is always here for you. If you find that child's pose is uncomfortable for you, you might want to try it with the knees together. But this pose is always here for you during practice. If you find yourself out of breath or needing a break, hit child's pose. 3 more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come into all fours. Stack those hips right over the knees. Fingertips are wide, tuck those toes, big inhale. Exhale, lifting those hips, press back to downward facing dog. Loosening that jaw. Give that head a rock so you're not holding any tension there. 2 more breaths here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Taking baby steps to the top of the mat. You're going to catch opposite elbows. Knees are still soft. Hang like a rag doll. Give your back a little sway side to side. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Release those hands and come rolling to a standing position. Stacking those vertebrae one at a time. Shoulders come last, up, back, down. Good. Shake it out. Grab water if you need it. We're going to go over Tadasana again. So Tadasana is the pose that you're going to start and end every vinyasa in. Feet are hip width distance apart. And pretend your feet are actually a rectangle. Your toes are the corners. Your heels are the back corners. And really finding that center spot where you have the most stability and balance. And while it looks like we're just standing here, we're actually, our thighs are a little bit tightened. We're holding in our core a little bit. It's not a hard pose, but it's an intentional one. Standing nice and tall, inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, taking the hands through heart center, full, keeping those knees bent. Inhale, lengthen that spine to a tabletop. Exhale, place those palms on the mat, step back to a plank. Taking those knees down if you need to. And then slowly lowering all the way onto your belly. Go ahead and untuck those toes, take your cheek to the mat. And rock those hips back and forth. Both hands are under your shoulder. As you inhale, lifting up the very top of your rib cage and shoulders. Baby cobra. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Next one, inhale all the way up, upward facing dog. Full belly, top of the thighs are off the mat. Slowly lower it back down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Good. Exhale all the way to the mat. Last one, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck both of those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet some more. And then take baby steps to the top of the mat. And we're gonna roll to a stand. Shoulders last. Shaking it out. Again, feet are hip width distance apart. Thighs are a little bit active. Inhale, swing those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight lift, lengthening that spine. Exhale, place the palms down. Step back to a plank. Knees down if you need to. Inhale here. Exhale, take it to a half push-up. Inhale. Exhale, all the way to your belly. Good. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Baby steps, top of the mat. And rolling to a stand. Same exact thing, standing nice and tall. Deep breath in, swing those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, place those palms down, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, take it to a half push-up. Inhale. Exhale, all the way to your belly. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck those toes, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Take those knees to the mat. They go wide, press back to a child's pose. Really reaching those fingertips forward. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Coming back to that intention you set at the beginning of your practice. Letting your heart rate come down a little bit. Good. 2 more. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming to all fours. You're actually going to come up onto your knees. Your hands are going to catch your hips. On the inhale, just nice and tall, neutral neck and spine. On the exhale, you're going to rock it back, using those thighs and core. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back. Inhale. Exhale, back. Good. Inhale, take the hands all the way to the mat. Tuck those toes, lift those hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out those feet. This pose should be feeling a little looser now. Pouring all of the weight into your left foot, take your right foot up to the sky. If this feels good and stable, go ahead and open up that hip, bend that leg. One more breath here. Square those hips, take that right leg down. Go ahead and pour all the weight into your right leg. Take that left leg up to the sky. This feels good. Open up that hip, bend that leg. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Square those hips. Take that leg down. 2 breaths in here. Inhale. And exhale. Baby steps, top of the mat. And roll to a stand. Grab water if you need it. We're going to go into the warrior series next. So standing in Tadasana, feet are hip width distance apart. You're going to take that right foot back a little bit more than a step. Your foot is going to be at a 45. You're going to square your hips to the front of the room, bending that knee. Make sure it doesn't come over the ankle. If you need to, lengthen that stride just a little bit. Arms come up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, give it a slight rise. Exhale, rebend that knee. Inhale, slight rise. Exhale, bend that knee. One more, in. And bend. Inhale, straightening that knee. Opening up the arms for warrior two. You might need to lengthen your stride just a little bit. Rebending that front knee. Your gaze will be over the front fingertips. Give that back arm a glance. Make sure that it's flying parallel to the ground. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, straighten that front knee. Flip the palm and reverse the warrior back. Really reaching. Stretching out that side body. One more breath here. And out. Inhale, arms swing. Rock those hips to the back of your mat. Really reaching towards the front of your mat as you pivot to triangle. Your left hand can be on your thigh, your knee, your shin, or the floor. Whatever gives you the most space and length. It also helps if you really rock that hip out. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Inhale, arms come up. We rebend that front knee. It's stacked right over the ankle. The arms swing again. The left hand can be on the thigh, the shin, or all the way to the floor for side angle. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Looking down at that foot, place both palms on the inside of it and pop that back heel up. You're going to be in a low runner's lunge. 3 breaths here. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Give that back knee a bend. Pop that back foot forward about a foot. You're going to fold over both of these legs. If you need blocks, it's the perfect time to grab them. But whatever gives you the length instead of bending those knees to get into it. Two more breaths here. Last one. Step that right foot to the left foot. Feet are hip width distance apart. Bend both of those knees and swing the arms up for chair pose. With chair pose, don't let your thighs do all the work. Really tightening up that core and your glutes. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, standing all the way up. Shaking it out. Grab water if you need it. We're going to do the other side. Standing in Tadasana. Feet are hip width distance apart. Stepping back with the left foot. Foot's going to be at a 45. Squaring those hips to the front of the room, bending that right knee. It stacks right over the ankle, not past it. Taking the arms up, warrior one. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, give a slight rise. Exhale, bend that knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend. Last one, rise. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straightening that front leg, opening the arms up, setting up for warrior two. You might need to widen your stance just a little bit. Rebending that right knee. The gaze is going to be over the front fingertips. Glancing back at that back arm, make sure that it's parallel to the floor. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, in. And out. Inhale, straighten that front knee, flip the palm, and take the warrior back. Last breath here. Arms swing out, rock that hip to the back of the room, really reaching towards the front of your mat as we pivot to triangle on the other side. Again, the hand goes where you get the most length, really pushing that hip out to give you some space. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, arms swing up, rebending that front knee. Arms are going to swing again, hand on the thigh, the shin, or all the way to the floor for a side angle. Triangle is an excellent position if you want to see your progress. Take a photo of yourself doing triangle at the beginning and at the end of your practice. It really shows how much the body opens up. Inhale. And exhale. Look down at that right foot. Place both palms on the inside of it. Pop that back heel up. Low runner's lunge. Inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Give that back knee a bend. Hop that back foot forward about a foot. Forward fold over your front leg. Grab blocks if you need it. Last breath here. Step that left foot to the right foot. Bend both of those knees. Swing the arms up. Chair pose. Engage that core. Use that butt. Don't let the thighs do all the work. They'll try to. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, in. And out. Inhale, straighten it up. Shake it all out. Grab water if you need it. Standing about, I'd say middle of the mat in Tadasana. I just want you to take your hands in a forward fold and then step those feet back to downward facing dog. Three breaths here. Last one. Taking that right leg to the sky, you're going to bend that knee and carry that leg all the way to the front of your body, like you were sitting down. We're going to set up for pigeon. Let that back leg extend, the toes uncurl. And from here, if this is enough, you can stay right here, or you can fold over it. The other thing you can do is put a block or a pillow under your butt if you need that support. We're going to rest here for 5 breaths. Two more, inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming up onto your fingertips, tuck those back toes, and you're gonna swing that right leg up and down into downward facing dog. Here for 3 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, take that left leg to the sky. You're gonna bend that knee, carrying that leg forward to the front of your body, setting up for pigeon. Extending that back leg till it's flat, untucking those toes. You can stay here nice and tall, or you can fold over. And again, if you need to put something under your butt to give you some support, it's perfectly fine. But you should be really feeling this stretch in your butt and the back of your thigh. Two more breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming onto those fingertips, tuck those back toes, swing that leg up and back down into downward facing dog. Staying here for 5 breaths, or you can take it in child's pose. Three more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. If you're in child's pose, coming to all fours and meeting us in downward facing dog. Good. Taking baby steps to the top of the mat. You're going to roll to a stand. We're going to go into our balancing series. Rolling all the way up, shoulders come last, up, back, down. Good. Tree pose. So your foot can come to the inner calf, the knee, all the way up to the thigh. Hands can be at heart center or up to the sky. Find a spot on the floor that's not moving. And the intention here is to hold this for 5 of your own breaths. And once you have, go ahead and switch to the other side. Again, so it can be on the calf, the knee, the upper thigh. If it's on the knee, make sure you're not pressing out too far. Hands at heart center or up to the sky. 5 breaths if you can. Good, and then shake it out. We're gonna go into warrior 3. For warrior 3, you're gonna start in Tadasana. And then you're gonna take your right toe and tap it back behind you. You're gonna hinge at the hips. Your arms can stay on your hips. They can come out like wings or to heart center, whatever gives you the most balance. And again, don't let your thigh do all the work. Tightening up that core, using those glutes. 4 or 5 breaths here. Pick a spot that's not moving. And then switching to the other side. Tapping that left toe back. And again, hinging at the hips. For some reason on my left, I have to hold my hips. And on my right, I have to do my arm like wings or heart center. Balance is weird. Good. Shake it out, grab water. And then we're going to take a seated position on our mat. Legs extended in front of us. Sitting up nice and tall. Taking the arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. To your ability. Three breaths here. Last one. Arms come up. Pull those feet into the soles touch. And then you're going to hold onto your toes like a book. Sitting up nice and tall. Same thing again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Let those elbows press just gently so you get a little bit more stretch in those hips. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Hug those knees into your chest. Give them a squeeze. Then let's come all the way onto our backs. Again, hugging those knees into your chest. Giving that whole spine a rock back and forth. It's been doing a lot of work now. With your three main fingers, grab your big toes, open up those hips for a happy baby. If it feels good, you can give that lower spine a rock back and forth. Hugging the knees back into the chest. We're going to do one that is going to work your core a little bit. We'll just do it once for this time. Take your legs so that you're really pressing those soles up to the ceiling. Take your hands so that your palms are down on the ground. You're going to slowly lower those legs until they're fully on the ground. You will hit a point where it gets a lot harder. Really engaging that core, using those thighs. And the hands also help. Take your time. Good. Once those heels touch, it's going to feel farther than it should. And just release that body all the way to the floor. Palms up. Good. Knees back into the chest. Give that spine a rock. Take the soles of the feet down to the mat. Your heels inch towards your butt. You're going to lift those hips towards the sky. Your hands can go alongside your body, or you can shimmy those shoulders together and interlace the fingers underneath. Make sure you're not clenching that jaw. Long breaths in and out. Taking your hips a little bit higher, then releasing those hands if they're interlaced and slowly lowering all the way to the mat. Windshield wiper those knees back and forth. And then planting the soles of the feet, inch them towards your butt. Lift those hips to the sky. Coming back to that intention you set. Long breaths. 2 more. And the last one, take the hips up a little bit higher, then release it all down to the mat. Knees go side to side. Planting those heels, we're going to do one more. Lift those hips up to the sky. Tightening up that core, using the glutes. Your thighs will already be firing. Spread those toes on the mat. Take it a little higher. And all the way to the mat. Windshield wiper the knees. And take those knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Taking the soles down to the mat, let those knees butterfly out. Place the hands on the belly and go ahead and shut your eyes. Continuing with a few more long inhales and exhales. Really filling those lungs. Flooding the body with oxygen. Good. Inhale, take those arms overhead. Palms are going to be up. This is Supta Baddha Konasana. It's a wonderful pose to start and end your practice with. 2 more long breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and take those arms, put them alongside your body, extending both feet to the corners of the mat. Eyes are still shut. And then consciously relaxing your body into the mat. You've done everything you need to do. Now you just get to let the floor support you. Consciously relaxing those ankles, the knees, the spine, the belly, the shoulders, the neck, and the jaw. We'll be here for several moments, and I will call you out of it. You find your mind wandering. Come back to that intention you set and back to your body. We oftentimes forget that relaxing poses are just as important as the harder asana poses. Slowly starting to come back. Moving those fingers and toes, the wrists and ankles. Taking those arms overhead, big good morning stretch. Then leaving that right arm up, curling over onto your right side. Cushion your head with that arm. Then making your way to a seated position. Legs are crossed, hands on the knees. We'll take 2 breaths together to close the class. Big inhale. Exhale, sigh. Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Good. Namaste. I hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you drink your water. Yoga is more than just the practice on the mat. It's loving your body all the time. And I will sign the record button eventually. There it is. No, it's not. There it is.